and be a part of what we're doing. But we're not going to get too much into that. We're going to get right into the topic. We're going to get to Kyle Guy.
What did I miss?
What did I miss? That's how I felt earlier today when I saw that.
What did I miss?
What did I miss? Yes, Kyle Guy today on Twitter. It was a tweet that came out, and it was buzzing amongst the group chat. And, you know, the tweet said basically, Kyle Guy, who was assistant coach at the University of Nevada, is going back to the NBA. And to me, I think this is the first time we've ever seen an assistant coach go to the NBA. So I'm going to go to drop the Swish coaches and I'm going to drop the bomb. But Ray, I need you to go over a little bit about Kyle Guy's journey so people can understand what's going on and the dynamic. And then what did you hear too? Was it the same thing for you or no?
Nah, I mean, first off, it's like you said, I'm scrolling through Twitter and whatnot, and I see it, and I'm like, is this that NBA? Is it Central or Central, whatever that fake
Yeah,
NBA page?
Centel, you thought you got Centel.
Yeah, I'm like, is this real? And so I go to the Nevada men's Instagram page, and it's the first time in my life I've ever seen a college basketball Instagram posting about a coach and congratulating them to continue to pursue a professional career. So, I mean, when I saw that, I hit you right away. I mean, I thought it was cool to see. Obviously, Kyle Guy has been that guy for a long time. For all the people who don't know, 2016, let's see, he was McDonald's All-American. Coming out of Indiana, he was Mr. Basketball as well. And then for most of the people who know him, went on to Virginia, won all the college awards. He was all ACC, everything you can name. He lit the league on fire. 2019, most outstanding player of the NCAA tournament in the Final Four, led his team to the national championship. Later that year, he gets drafted second round to Sacramento Kings, bounced around the NBA a little bit. I remember him making a transition overseas to Spain and Badalona for the first time, I believe. Lit the ACB up on fire. Found his rhythm, found his way as the season went on, signed a 2-year deal the next season with Panathinaikos of the EuroLeague. Didn't really work out in the beginning of the season, transferred over to a team called Tenerife in Spain. And I want to believe like in 2024, he was like the Champions League leading scorer of the year, averaged 20, 21, 22, something like that from what I remember. And then out of nowhere, you would think he's going to sign this huge contract that summer, probably go back to the EuroLeague, and he ends up retiring at 26 years old. And I think he caught a lot of people off guard, and now you see today, he's back, signing that Exhibit 10, and he's back home with the Pacers. So, I mean, the story is nothing but love.
First off, I'm going to throw it back to you, but I got to talk about the bar. Kyle Guy is that guy. That was a little bar. I don't know if you planned that. You thought about this before, but that was a little bar. So I'm going to throw that out there. But I want you to explain first what the Exhibit 10 is. And then 2, I want you to describe, like, overseas, like, it's very tough to just, even when you come out of the NBA, to like really solidify yourself, you know, with playing overseas, right? He did that, and it was such a shock when he didn't, you know, decide to keep playing, because he was about to get a bag. The bag is straight, but it can get to the heavy bag. He was about to get to the heavy bag because he played well, and he was continuing to gradually go and play well, and then he went into coaching. So can you speak to the Exhibit 10 though first, so people can understand that?
Yeah, and first, before I keep going on that, we gotta show Gerald Green some love, because I do believe he might have been like the first coach, but he was like a player development coach, I believe, back in like 21 or 22 with the Rockets. I think he just came out of retirement, and then he was working with the Rockets for a little bit. And then that same year, he went and played with the, I want to say it's Rio Grande, the Vipers, the Houston Rockets G League team. And I don't know if they won the G League that year, but I think they were in the finals, and he had a huge impact on the whole situation. So that's that. And then back to the Kyle Guy thing. I mean, yeah, like you said, that bag was definitely about to get real heavy for him that summer, especially playing in the ACB. That's obviously the best domestic league in Europe. He played really well, and it was his second year in playing overseas and being in Europe. And but it's different. Obviously, being overseas is a different transition. I'm pretty sure he has a family. He's got kids, everything. So you never know what the dynamic was of why he retired, especially being at 26. Like I said, it caught a lot of people off guard. But he went back to his alma mater in Virginia. I'm sure, I think it was Coach Bennett at the time who coached him as well. So it's probably a great opportunity for him to come back to his college town and start his coaching career. And then the year after, transitions over to Nevada. And I just have a feeling that, he was on that scout team in practice and he's probably getting at these young boys. And he probably just said, I still got it. I never lost it and I can keep up. And I'm seeing him on Twitter the other day killing in this 2-on-2. What is it, the next chapter? And I seen he still got the bounce. The Jimmy is there. He's doing reverse pivots. He's doing some stuff that you can tell he's been getting these young boys ready, but he's been staying ready himself. And I mean, it's probably very challenging to go from playing at a high level and turning down the money that he turned down and then transitioning into coaching. And he probably always still had that love for the game. Probably was healthy. He might be 28 years old. So he's young. He's still in his prime. Obviously, the game, he's a shooter. That's never going to leave. But it looks like he's in great shape from the clips. And I'm sure with being with the college players, I'm sure he was playing open gym. I'm sure he was on the court with them every day in practice. And that love of the game, man, like he wasn't ready to let it go.
Facts.
So, but going from college like to the league, like whether he's going to be in training camp with the Pacers, I don't know if he's going to be in the G League. Like I don't know what the plan is, but what an Exhibit 10 is, sorry to elaborate so much, but Exhibit 10 typically means you get to sign a contract with the Pacers and their G League affiliate team. So in this situation, it's a way for him to make more money because if he goes to the G League, it might be 35,000 for the season, right? With an Exhibit 10, he gets the 50,000 from the Pacers as well. But I think he has to stay with the G League affiliate team for like 60 days, which is 2 months for him in order to get the full 85,000. So, I mean, anything can happen. He can go down to the G League, he can kill, he can get called up to a team, or he can go to the G League, show teams in Europe that he's playing at a high level, he's healthy, because they're going to have questions about him not playing for 2 years. What does his game look like? Is he in shape? He can go prove that, and I'm sure either hopefully he can sneak back into the league or, we can see him back on the court over the water and putting up those numbers that he was doing before.
Yo, after he was getting those buckets in them college practices, did he turn on that Travis Scott, that Astro, to say, "The party never ends"? The party never ends. Hey, yo, I think that's what he was doing. I'm going to show you the clips because Ray ended up throwing the lob on the clips. I ended up finding the clips. Shout out to the next chapter. The man Kyle guy, he's going to his next chapter. He going back to that L. Let's get into the clips real quick. Let's turn it on. Hold on, let me turn it down a little bit first. Let me rewind it a little bit for y'all. First clip, I get to switch between the legs back to the three, cash money, like I'm in the records, 990 2000, hang, cross, pump fake, pivot to the fade, tough, cross to the side step three, tough. Lance had to get on the floor. Lance had to dance on him. He used that hang dribble, OD. Has he throws the no-look lob? I'm thinking somebody in the corner, but he not. Then, hey, yo, quick dunk three. And then I think it's getting to my favorite clip. This is my favorite clip right here. And I'm going to give y'all the slow-mo on this right here. This was when I was like, you know what? I think he can still keep playing. Look, this Lance right here, this tell you a lot already. But look, let me go back to the play. And this is on Twitter. So I'm not, excuse me if I'm like not the best with this rewind tool, but I'm going to go off the catch. Inside foot like I'm Luka, right? Once he bites, you see him hitting that dance. I'm going to hit my dance with that pivot work. I'm going to pivot off. I lose him. I read that he's hung up on the screen. Look what I do. 2, hang. I look to see if the lob is there. And then here's the key right here. Slow step, pump fake, front Euro. Shout out to the boy Brandon Potts because that boy uses it the same move. I see him use the same. Tough move, bro.
Yeah.
But I think after that, people was like,
That's all
hold
they
on.
needed.
Huh?
That's all they needed to see, Jay. That was it. They said, "Oh yeah, he's ready. He's in shape. He's good to go."
Hey,
And
facts.
then I seen that 2 days ago. I think 2 days ago, and then 2 days later, I see him signing with an Exhibit 10 with the Pacers, man. So
In fact, and one thing about our culture too now, even before we get to this next topic, like when you go to the next chapter, because the next chapter for you guys that don't know is a league that they do. They play a lot of ones. They add the twos. Mike Beasley and Lance just played their one, so that's where that came from. Kyrie was hosting it. Shout out to what they're doing over there. But when you go to events like that and you cook up, because that's a different community than the NBA community. The street community a little different. I know there was a lot of whispers like, hey, Kyle, dog, you that guy. We need you to go back and keep playing. You over here wasting the bag. You still got it. You dunking, hitting it with the hezzy cross, hang cross. So you know there was a lot of whispers. So he was like, you know what? Driving home. Hey, yo, wifey, I think I can still do it. I still got it. I got the itch. You think that's what happened?
100%. She might have saw the clips too and said, "Yeah, you might as well go ahead and put the hoop shoes back on." Because I think this was in Indiana too. I don't know, but I think this was in Indiana.
You're throwing a lot of shout outs to Indiana. First off, guys, this guy, Ray Mccallum, who played in the NBA as well, by the way, is a guy from Indiana. So, like, even when we go back, when you listen to the episode, notice that he start with, he was Mr. Basketball in Indiana. He over here throwing like little shout outs to where he from. He had to mention it one more time. Was that not it?
Hey, I got to. I got to represent. I got to show love, bro. Because the Midwest is where it's at with the all the real hoopers. We want to be real now.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah. But nah, shout out to Kyle Guy, man. We have to talk about that because honestly, that happened like a few hours ago. That wasn't like something that happened this morning. Like it, shout out to the homie Tor. He sent it to me in the group chat. I'm like, huh? It kind of shocked me. So, but
Yeah.
hey, shout out to what he's got going. What do you like it?
I love it. I mean, I think like I was, I follow all the hoop, right? And especially someone that I knew who was good in college and then I felt like didn't get the opportunity maybe he deserved in the NBA. Then he took it over the water and he took full advantage of the opportunity. And then I thought the coaching path was cool as well. And then to see this is like, I mean, hopefully it's inspiring for some guys because I know some guys, they retire early or get into coaching and at the same time they can still play a couple more years. So, maybe to give somebody else the confidence to say, you know what, man, I'll put the coaching thing on the wraps for a little bit and try to get back into the game, see what happens. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, but I'll definitely be following him for sure.
Yep. Shout out to you, Kyle Guy. But moving on. What did I miss? What did